Hiya, Martin here, thank you for joining me once again. This week's project is a slight step away from what I normally do wood turning wise, and this week I have turned my attention to jewellery, and in particular pendants, nice brightly coloured shiny pendants like this one and these here. They're made from sycamore wood, from a tree here in Hampshire in the UK. But you'll see in the video exactly how I make them. This little collection will be available from the Arts and Crafts Emporium on Facebook on the 10th of May. So if you are on Facebook, use the link below in the description to go over and take a look. There are loads of different items there, all under the theme of rainbow, or somewhere over the rainbow, made by all sorts of incredibly talented people all over the UK. So if you can get over onto Facebook and take a peek, then please do, and be there on Sunday the 10th of May for the sale. Now, this video is not specifically about marketing, but they will be available from the Arts and Crafts Emporium, and then after that they'll be available at my shop, Martin's Bazaar, here in the village of Four Marks in Hampshire. I turned them using the technique that was illustrated beautifully by Tim Yoder on his YouTube channel. There are some slight differences, but in essence it's exactly the same. So anyway, thank you for joining me this week. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and leave a comment as well. Tell me what you think of these pendants, and I will see you all again soon, probably next week, with another wood turning video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. I've got a couple of lengths of sycamore that are about 50mm square, that I'm going to cut down and turn into some pendants, some jewellery. But they're a bit too long to be turning at the moment, so what I've done is I've marked off roughly every 250mm, something like that, about 10 inches, so I can cut it down to decent lengths to turn round on the lathe, before I chop them down even further to pendant size. So face mask on, because that's all important, and let's get cutting. Here are the blocks. They are just over 50mm, which is about 2 inches. So I'll be able to get a 2-inch 50mm circular pendant out of each of these, pretty much. Some are a little bit smaller, but I'm not overly worried. Next thing I need to do is knock them up between centres and turn them round. I've got my cylinders. They're all slightly different diameters, but I'm not overly worried. But they're not big enough to fit in the chuck. So what I've got to do with this piece of sapele that was left over from the spinning top video, I'm going to turn it down with a flat end, so when I cut these down into the discs, I can stick them on the end with some double-sided tape. So using the diamond tip parting tool, I'm going to cut that down to size. I'll use a spindle gouge just to take a little bit more of this out, and then we'll be good to go. There we go, that'll do. I think that'll fit. Yeah, that'll be good. Right, next thing to do is cut these down into their discs. I've put on my crosscut sledge, I've put a stock block on there, so when I put the thingy in, I can literally just cut them straight down. That should work quite nicely. First off, I'm going to cut the end square before moving them over to cut the final disc. Face mask on.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
That'll do for the time being. I've got loads of pendant blanks now. So back over at the lathe, I've put some industrial strength double-sided tape over the end, onto which I can stick the individual little blanks so I can sand the backs. And then just make sure that it sits relatively centred, like that. Slowish speed on the lathe, and then I'm just going to sand the backs down to 150 grit. Now, with the back of each of the pendant blanks sanded and a change of double-sided tape on the block, I can now square them up. Very sticky stuff. I can now kind of square them up on the block, ready for the dome that I'm going to put over the front. But to give them a bit of extra support, I've got a wooden ring here that's going to sit over the end of the live centre. Just to give it a bit of support whilst I actually turn it. It doesn't need very much pressure at all. So that's that, and also it'll get this back round again, which will be kind of handy. So find my face shield over there. Then I'm going to take a spindle gouge just to round a dome over the top. Now that's as much as I can do with the tailstock in place, so I'm going to take the quill out, move it back, take that bit off, and then that will allow me to get in there to do the top of the dome. That will smooth out when I sand it, which is what I'm going to do next. There we go. That's now down to 400 grit. I'm not going to take it down any further than that, because I'm going to stain it. I'm going to stain it black and then sand it back again to make way for some more colour. So there's the first one, and plenty more to go. Okay, I've got 15 pendants now, and I've put on some latex gloves because this stuff, chestnut spirit stain, stains absolutely everything. So I'm going to colour each one black all over, put it outside in the sun to dry, and then get them back on the lathe and sand back the black. You'll see why. So I'll just give each one a liberal coating of black. I don't mind that the back is going to stay black, because it's not going to be seen obviously when it's on somebody's neck. Right, there we go. Now it's dry, and it's all black. And before that, I sanded them down to 240 grit. So I'm going to carry on the sanding now with 320, 400, and then 600 on each of them, and then add some more colour. You can just see the striping in there, can't you? Where it's gone light and dark, so that should come up nice and stripy when I finish sanding it. Yeah, can you see the stripes in there? You can see the stripes, that's going to look really good. There. Back to almost white, but I've got the black in there which I wanted, so that looks nice. 14 to go. Done. That's all 14 of them now. Right, I've got the other stains from Chestnut products. They're alcohol based, so they should go off pretty quickly. I'm just going to take a little bit of towel, pick one at random, and this one's going to go blue. Let's wipe it on. See that? That one's going to go mostly blue. So I wonder if you can see that, the black that's left in the soft grain gets even darker. Ta-da! There we are. 14, I think it's 14, 15 pendants that have been coloured. They now need to go outside to dry, which shouldn't take too long, and then they need some oil on, which will help pop out the colours, and then I can start lacquering them. Lovely. Right, we're dry now, so now I'm going to give them each a little coat of Danish oil. And that should help pop the colours up. And oiled. I hope you can see. Yeah, I hope you can see the colours pop out a little bit more when the oil's on, and they should pop out even more when I get some lacquer on them, which I'm going to do in a little while when the oil has dried off. Now what I've done is I've turned them over and I've put them on a little block, so they don't, when I spray the tops, they don't stick. They don't stick to the base. So next step then is to spray the tops, and hopefully I'll be able to get a nice even coating. Finally got the all the coats of lacquer onto the pendants. It's taken me 2 weeks to get to this point, mainly because I ran out of lacquer, then I had to wait for more to be delivered. Now each one has got about 6-7 coats of lacquer on, and they've come out beautifully. Really, really lovely. Nice and shiny, the depth of colour's nice. And now all I need to do is prepare the actual pendant bit itself, which will end up looking like this one, with the 2 findings at the top and the bail clasp hanging at the bottom. And what I've done to help me with that is I've clamped each of the pendants down to the workbench, or kind of clamped them down. And I've got some E6000 glue, which is the stuff to use. All I'm going to do is dip the ends. Let's get there it is. Is dip the ends of the pendant into the glue, like so, and then slip the finding into position, like so, and leave them there to dry. I'll do all of these, and then whilst they're drying, I will put the drill holes into the tops of the pendants, ready to accept the veil. And before I go gallivanting off, drilling holes into the pendants willy-nilly, I would need to decide which way up the pendant is going to hang, because obviously when you put a hole in it, you don't have a choice. So I will decide which way round each of the pendants is going to hang, and then drill a hole fairly close to the top in order for it to accept the bail. Oh. And then very, very carefully just ease the bit in, because it's going into a curved surface. And that's it. Teeny tiny little hole. Now with all the holes drilled and the glue dry on the findings of the pendant or the necklace, all I need to do is open the bails like so, and then slip the pendant into the into the bail and squeeze it closed, like so, and there we have our finished pendant. All done, cut, sanded, well, cut, shaped, sanded, stained, sanded, dyed, then lacquered and drilled, all done to create a pendant, like so. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you enjoyed it this week. I look forward to seeing you again, possibly next week with another video. Please do leave comments below. I love to receive your comments and your feedback, and I will always do my best to reply to you too. Don't forget to subscribe if it's your first visit here, and yeah, thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.